I don't know if you have ever gone through surgery because of misfortune. As a rule, general anesthesia makes the patient unconscious. But strangely enough, I was incredibly awake to experience this battle with death. When I woke up from the dream, I didn't understand what happened. I just felt sluggish in my vision and head. I looked around me. It was a white sterile room, surrounded by blurry figures. Immediately afterwards the figures began to become clear, and they were wearing surgical gowns and masks, which gave me a moment of fear. Was I being kidnapped and made into a test subject? So I tried to move or make a sound, but it was all in vain. I could not move at all. It was not until I heard the word scalpel that I remembered my current situation. I have a congenital heart defect, and today I was sent by my mom for surgery. My mom told me not to be afraid, because I wouldn't feel anything during the surgery, after the anesthesia. But for some reason, I actually woke up on the way. I watched the surgeon approach me with a scalpel, and I knew what he was going to do next. And because I knew, I felt the fear I had never felt before, but I couldn't do anything but being afraid. I was at the surgeon's mercy, and the pain and foreign body sensation swept through my organs and through my brain, even as I felt a little sick to my stomach. But my survival instincts told me I couldn't do it, or I would probably die from the foreign body blocking my cavity and not being able to breathe. I wanted to scream and tell them to stop. On top of that, the ventilator was only supplying me with oxygen every few minutes, and the feeling that I couldn't get air into my lungs was driving me crazy. I concentrated as hard as I could and tried to wiggle my fingers to get the doctors to notice me and stop what they were doing. But the assistant actually thought I was nervous when he noticed me and covered my eyes with vinyl. Then something strange happened. It was like my consciousness had left my body and floated to the ceiling. I could see my own body and even see the doctor and the assistant joking around. I no longer felt pain or fear, and a flood of memories appeared before my eyes like a slideshow, the first of which was my mother. Because of my illness, everyone around me was careful not to force me, or even hope to avoid my inclusion. I also gave up on myself, and as a result, I often lost my temper and treated people with meanness. My mom was the only one who demanded something of me, encouraging and pushing me to finish school, to do well in everything I did, and to put up with my bad temper of self-loathing. This surgery was also encouraged by my mom, who wanted me to get better. I wanted to tell her that I loved her, but the words came out as a tantrum at her, as if she had forced me to come here. I regret that I didn't say it at the time, and I told myself I had to live, because my mom hadn't heard my heart. I looked at my body and concentrated on feeling the real pain in my body. The machine started beeping again. Suddenly, the pain returned, and I felt the difficulty in breathing. But I didn't care anymore, because it proved that I was still alive. Someone was talking to me, calling my name, and telling me to try to stay calm. Soon, I fell back into darkness. When I woke up, I felt a blur in front of me. It took me a while to realize where I was. I tossed and turned in panic, because I was afraid of experiencing that clear moment of surgery all over again. Luckily, the surgery was over, and the doctor who was operating on me came to visit me in the room. I told her everything I had experienced during the surgery, and her eyes got wet as she listened. She felt sorry for what had happened to me, because such cases were extremely rare. I didn't know what to say when such a rare phenomenon happened to me. Should I be unfortunate for my painful experience, or grateful that I survived? My emotions were overwhelming. The palpitations, despair and sadness seemed to be still in me, and I couldn't hold back my tears until my mom appeared in front of me. She saw me with tears all over my face and rushed over to ask me what happened. I just hugged her tightly, told her how much I loved her, and apologized to her for my former capriciousness. Mom told me it was okay, that the past didn't matter, and that she loved me just as much. Then I took a deep breath and told her everything I had experienced on the operating table. The recovery time after the surgery was long, but I am recovering very well, although I still have PTSD and often have nightmares remembering that scene on the operating table. My mom was very patient, and her gentleness and love helped me pull through, and she gave me the strength to live. I am grateful to her and love her deeply.